Annie Klaff here in Aberdeen, excited to be joined by the Orioles' 9th-ranked prospect and second-highest pitching prospect, Boston Bateman. Boston, thanks so much for taking the time.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Now, you have had a number of teams that you've been a part of in your first pro season. How has it been right now, just kind of settling into a new organization, new team?
It's been great. Definitely pretty chaotic year. Different. Didn't expect all of this, but I'm super happy to be with the Orioles and the Ironbirds. It's been a great past week, and I'm excited for what's to come.
So walk me through that trade deadline day experience. You were kind of a part of that big lump deal with the Padres in exchange for Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano. So
Yeah.
walk me through that experience.
Yeah, I got a funny story. It was that Thursday. I was supposed to pitch that night, and I was in my room, and I was watching Happy Gilmore 2. And I get a notification, it's like ESPN notification on my phone. It says Ryan O'Hearn and Ramon Laureano to the Padres. So, oh, interesting. I wonder who that was for. And I look on my phone, and I got like 3 missed calls from A.J. Preller, the GM over there, and called him back, and he told me I was traded, and just thanked them for the opportunity that they gave me, and now I'm excited for this brand new opportunity. So.
Were you on Do Not Disturb? Is that why you missed the
Yeah,
calls?
I guess. I'm usually always on Do Not Disturb, but yeah, I guess I missed a pretty important one.
So what was the experience like after that phone call that you originally had missed 3 calls for,
Yeah.
but what was going through your mind after that?
I was like, wow, this happened, because I know the Padres are pretty notorious for doing that. And then got a call from the farm director with the Orioles, and they got me on a 6 a.m. flight the next morning with Tanner and Cobb, who's in Delmarva right now. But yeah, we all headed up to Kannapolis, where they were on the road. So it's been pretty hectic, but I've loved it. So.
Is this the furthest east you've ever been, just growing up on the west side?
I mean, I've been to like Rhode Island and Maine, but never played like baseball there,
Yeah.
so it's different. Yeah.
How's the settling in period been for you?
Good. There's a lot of trees here, but I'm loving it. I'm enjoying every single minute of it. So I get to play the game I love every single day.
So walk me through your upbringing a little bit and your background with baseball. I know that your dad and your brothers played football. Why did you decide to play baseball?
Yeah, my dad played in the NFL for a little bit. My brothers played D1 football, but I would say ever since a young age, at like 3 years old, I was on a little Yankees Little League team, and ever since then, this has been my dream. This has been my life, and I think just I'm very, very, very passionate about baseball. So it was easy to pick this sport. So.
What kind of role does having such an athletic family play in your life?
I think more like my dad and my brothers, they've been through a lot of hard things in their life, and I think just learning from them, from their mental experiences, their physical experiences, and I think just learning from their mistakes and their failures, and that's helped me tremendously, because I can see things down the road and understand, why that happens, and just have a different perspective on it.
So you're drafted right out of high school, and there was a period of time where you were hitless through, I think, 32 and 2/3 innings.
Yeah.
How did you kind of learn from that moment to keep your composure on the mound?
Yeah, I'd say just not really paying attention to stats, more paying attention to helping my team win was a big thing. I just wanted to bring a state championship home to Camarillo. They didn't won it in 22 years, so we went on to win it that year, which was pretty cool. So I think staying focused on that, staying focused on the end goal, and living in the present moment, I think was huge. So.
Is it the same mental process for you today?
Absolutely. I think it'll never change. Being in the present moment, learning from each experience, and becoming better every single day is the biggest thing.
Now tell me a little bit about your pitch arsenal and your pitch mix.
Yeah, I got a 4-seam fastball. I've been up to 99 this year. I have a slider, kind of like a gyro slider. I have a big curveball and then a big changeup.
For you, obviously, size is a big part of your prospect, scouting report, and just who you are as a player.
Yeah.
How does your 6'8" frame help you on the mound, aside from the obvious, extension and intimidation factor? But how does it help you?
I think it helps me a good amount. It's intimidating, I think. Still growing into my body. So as a 19-year-old, I need to recognize that sometimes, that not always going to feel the same every single day. And what's interesting is when I was going through the draft, went to the draft combine, and they did like all the CAT scans and MRI scans, and showed all my growth plates were still open. So there might be a little more growing for me, which will be interesting, and it'll definitely be an obstacle to overcome. But I'm excited to see what that has in store. So.
In high school, you were coined with the nickname Sasquatch.
Yeah.
Is that still a nickname
Absolutely.
to this day?
It's on all of my gloves. I'm starting probably a clothing brand and a foundation for kids with liver cancer for it called the Squatcho Fund. That won't be until a while, but I'm excited to do that. And, yeah, it's a big part of my life. So
That's an awesome movement. Why the Liver Cancer Foundation?
When I was 12 years old, I lost my best friend to liver cancer. And that was it was hard to see as a 12-year-old, and to see him go from a regular kid to, dying within 6 months, it showed me that life is very precious, and saw his family struggle, and I want to help others who are in that same position, and not let that happen again. So.
Is that something that you still think about every day and take with you on the mound?
Yeah, I have a picture of him every single day, and it just reminds me, that life is very precious, and that you need to live every moment to the fullest and live in the present moment. So it's a big reminder in my life.
That is a great reminder for you and for everyone out there as well. So moving forward, I guess, and specifically just here in Aberdeen, what have you already been working on? What have conversations been like with the coaching staff?
Yeah, it's been great. Just working on, kind of using what has worked, continuing on that, and then kind of just refining some things like my rhythm and timing through my windup has been a big thing, because as a big-bodied kid, it's sometimes easy to get lost and lose a little bit of control. So I think a huge thing for me is being consistent every time I pitch, and getting good rhythm and timing.
So as a lefty and a 6'8" guy who is still growing, for you, how can you continue to utilize that as opposed to, maybe growing out of the athleticism a little bit? How can you really hone in on that athleticism there?
I think just really keeping my work strong in the weight room, keeping my recovery good, and just trusting in myself and trusting that my body, I'm going to grow more and more into my body every single day. So not, freaking out if, I feel weird that day, just realizing that it's going to happen, and, trying to fix it and learn from it. So.
Aside from kind of the physical frame and your pitch mix and whatnot, how would you describe yourself just as a player as a whole on and off the field?
I'd say I'm a pretty goofy kid. I like to have fun with my teammates and make them laugh, and I'm a very God-based kid. God has given me everything in this life, so we're forever in debt to Him. So I think that's the biggest thing, is I try to be. I'm just goofy naturally, and very, very. I love God. So.
Goofy's always good. It helps to not take things too seriously sometimes.
Yeah, but don't get it mixed on the mound. I am not goofy. I'm a little different. I'm the Sasquatch. So.
A lot of your scouting reports kind of credit your work ethic. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think from an early age, just it comes from just like I love to get to the field and get to work every single day. For me, I don't see it as work. I see it as fun. I see everything I do as an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to learn, and I literally love doing every single thing on the baseball field. So,
is there anything like with that you would kind of go back and tell your 12-year-old self when you were going through all of that with your friend? Is there anything right now that you would tell your 12-year-old self?
I'd say don't get as frustrated with yourself as I did. Just realize that this game, it's a long game, and there's going to be a lot of learning experiences in it. So just trust in yourself and trust God that He's going to help you. So.
And then the last question I will ask you is, aside from everything that we've already talked about, or even including some of those attributes of your game, how do you feel you can bring value to this Orioles organization?
I feel like, first of all, they're going to get a God-loving kid who will always be there for their teammates and the people around them. You're going to get, you won't find a more intense competitor than me, and I'm going to compete. I will throw. You throw me in any situation, I'm there, and I'm going to compete to the best of my ability, and you will not get a more working hard kid than me. I'm going to show up every single day with a smile on my face and do it to the best of my ability. So.
Awesome. Boston, thank you so much for your time, and welcome to the new organization.
Thank you.